want to state my position. With precast concrete getting super popular for building in Kenya and beyond, I can't continue my hating, but it's time to embrace it, which is not specifically hating. Sikuwa na hate. It's just that I was raising concerns. But nilikuwa naambia watu avoid it. I never said don't do it. I just said avoid it because of the concerns I had raised. Number one, I said it's the quality control. And I gave a good example of buying pizza. And sometimes iko sawa, sometimes iko mbaya. And because either the recipe changed or the cook changed. The second part was this will save you money as it's the cheapest. And I said that's a myth. For me, I believe that's a myth. It's a myth because you hear claims like precast will cut your building cost in half. But let's be real. The total cost of a building depends on so many things. Where you're building, the foundation, the roofing, plumbing, electricals, finishes. The walls are actually a relatively small part of the overall budget. Anyone who has built, they will tell you this. The wall and the roofing, they can interchange depending on the kind of roofing you go with. They can interchange. The wall and the roofing are the cheapest phases of construction. I put construction into 5 phases. Number 1, foundation, wording, that is the superstructure, roofing, internal finishes, and amenities. The cheapest of all them can either be your roofing, depending on the roofing you go with, and your walling. So those are the 2 cheapest. So there is, ni kama uambiwe na mtu, I want to save on the cost of the cheapest part, akusavie half of it, and perhaps uko na kitu ina cost 1000. Kuna uiganishe mara 5. Kuna kitu ya 300, kuna kitu ya 400, kuna kitu ya 100 na 100 na 50 bob. Hii kitu ya 50 bob akwambia na kusavia 25 bob. Ama hiyo kitu ya 100 akwambia na kusavia 100 bob. Anakusavia 50 bob. It's okay, it may save, but at the end of the day, the biggest costs is pale kwa internal finishes and amenities, which will take the 400 shillings and the 300 out of the 1000 shillings that you are going to spend on construction. First of all, this is a big house, 150 square meters. To build, I don't know the finishes zenye ziko hapa, but to build it today in Kenya, you spend about anywhere between, depending on your finishes, anywhere between 4.5 to 6 million. Depending on the finishes, just going by the square meters, anywhere in Kenya, uta spend anywhere between 4.5 to 5 million. Kama ni nyumba. Yeah? You see? These properties, these venye iko. These are heat proof. Number 1, heat proof are more expensive. Number 2, 150 square meters is quite high. So napiga hesabu ya 150 times 30,000 per square meter. That's for basic finishes. Now 150 times 40,000 for something modern, considering what I can see here. So expected cost should be anywhere between 4.5 to 6 million. So let's see why kwa nini nilikuwa nauzwa sana.
It was to keep in line with her budget.
Kidogo tu.
Today we are at another county, at another project. So we can start by knowing where this project is, how long you built it, and how you came to, how the client came to know you guys.
Okay, so those finishes nazipatia mid, si basic na si high end. I'll just give them mid finishes because let's go back here with what I've seen. We shall go to the kitchen countertops as the year. These are how watu wa precast watumiangi concrete, they just use the precast slabs for the countertops. That's where we start with the basics. If you look at so this is somewhere mid. If you look at the tiling, these are 40 by 40 tiles. So basically, you're not going on the high end spectrum. it's just equal to. I know the color routes well, the color scheme in Akafiti. So the tile work on the countertops, this is a tile work if I'm not wrong. Now ikiwa tiling. So this is na granite. So I will just call this, it's a mid. So chances are he iko on the lower end, not on the higher end of 6 million. That's my take. Haiwezi fika 6M venye iko if we are going the traditional way. Okay guys, so we are anywhere between 4.5 to 5 million the cost of this. Considering tunaijenga the traditional way.
Today we are at another county, at another project. So we can start by knowing where this project is, how long you built it, and how you came to, how the client came to know you guys.
Okay, we are in Nyandarua County. This place is called Jororok, and we have done this beautiful 4-bedroom bungalow. And the construction period has been on and off because the client, she's overseas, she's in Australia. So she was open with doing small works. So we don't have a definite time, but normally for such a project, we do it around 8 to 10 weeks.
8 to 10 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks. How many days are those? That's 3 months. And what? Oh, okay. I always thought they okay, 3 months. Yeah, but kumalizia nyumba yuko stress. Kumalizia nyumba ni stress, especially for the final part. Kumalizia nyumba ni stress.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Feli, how did you work with the client from the design process to the finished house?
So when she came to us, she did not have a design. So we did the design and we also gave her a quotation. We advised, we will give us your budget. Then we see what you really want to do and advise accordingly. So when she told us her budget, we did a design that could fit, a design that she will start and finish. Yeah. So this is the product of the design. It's a 4-bedroom, master and suite, with all the other bedrooms sharing a common area, but the toilet and the bathroom are separate. So it's quite affordable. Okay. Yes.
That name affordable is always the issue, and that's the selling point. Na venye unaona, let's stop. Tuache kuuza vitu kama affordable na tunajua construction is expensive. Construction in itself, just hata kujenga choo, anyone who has done any construction, hata kuweka fence, anything, it's quite expensive, and the expenses, especially the unknown costs, hizo ndo zikuwa mingi.
Yes, this was her choice because mainly she wanted to know people who are not in Kenya, they prefer having big spaces. So she opted for the very good big space so that even if she stays here with the family.
How much did this house cost? Because I think that was the issue. Because kila mtu alikuwa ananitext, alikuwa ananiambia hii nyumba ni expect kuliko venye iko. How much did it cost? Even one knows because they are not mentioning it.
It's very beautiful for her.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Mambua, from Kingdom Precast to Nyandarua County, specifically this project, how many panels did this house consume, and also what is the transport cost to bring the panels here?
Nick, we still have to express our gratitude first to God and to men because of the way people have believed our product each day. We're taking it to levels, to places, and we are always grateful. Now, from Nairobi to here, it's not quite so much a distance, although ni kasafari kidogo. This project used 220 pieces.
220 pieces of okay.
That's of 2.7 meter, and this is around 3 trucks to here. So a truck is around 30,000. Yeah, so not really much because if you are to transport that with the materials on the conventional way, it will be a lot of headache.
You said that the house is 150 square
Yes,
meters.
it's 150 square meter.
A big
Have you
house.
done any alterations like addition in size?
No, the client is open. She was open with us building. We gave her the design and she was open with it. So she was just sending the money. Then one day the parent came and checked everything was okay. Then she gave us the go ahead to do.
I was so certain these are tiles, so this is basic, not basic, tutaita mid finishes, not basic, hii mid finishes. These are just good finishes. Sitasema mambo ya the workability and the practicability of the kitchen, but I'm just looking at the materials used and the style used. That's it.
Okay.
So we have been in free mode in this project.
So, in construction, whatever you design and the end product, you find that clients do some alterations. So did this client add any rooms or did she stick with the initial design?
So having done the design with her step by step, when we came to construction, we just followed everything by the design. We didn't alter, she didn't alter, because at the initial stage, she was satisfied with the design.
So if you don't want to that problem, that's why you remember my first drive I came here, I told you about architectural briefs. Always make sure that you have your wants written on paper. Hata kabla uone architect. Don't buy plans, don't photocopy plans from other people. Just go down and write every detail to the last word, what I really want. So that when you're going to the architect, you have a brief for them to, even though they are giving you, they will advise you on what's possible and what's not possible, so that by the time you are leaving the design table, you're just going to execute. Hakuna ile like, hii sikuwa nataka ikuwe hapo. That makes its construction expensive, very expensive. Good precast is possible. Good precast, unaona our Chinese roads zinajengwa na precast. Shida na precast is that the concrete has to be consistent. Quality control ni shida Kenya, and that's the biggest issue. Nothing else other than workmanship. This is the biggest issue with there are three: workmanship, the quality control, na cost marketing. Concrete mixes are not tested in Kenya unless unafanya big project and you can pay a test run. There is a project being done in Rwaka, I guess by this company. Is it Octave? I don't know. And also Tattoo City. Tattoo City wamefanya not precast. They are just casting them on site. So wanatumia pure concrete and casting the concrete on site, which for them, they have, these big companies nowadays, they have the environmental factors. They want precast is they want lighter buildings, all those advantages. And you remember there is one house zenye tulifanya juzi these ladies kwetu homes, where they casted the whole homes, walizicast na chuma na concrete. So it's also some, these points are very legit and valid. Let's continue.
Everything was smooth for us. We didn't have any alterations.
And also for the colors, for the exterior, that's what she chose,
Even from the 3Ds, it's the same.
Well, the house looks nice. Si mbaya. Hii proof yutokea poa. And this roofing is expensive. Inakula mbao. And then,
She was open with what we had designed. Okay, we are in Nyandarua County. So here the soil is maram and the loam soil. So the foundation is then the normal strip foundation where we did the excavations. We put a foundation, then we did a foundation walling, then we did the slab. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find any challenge building the foundation?
No.
Like unlike the site, the one we did previously?
Yeah, the other one, because it was cotton, that's when we had to excavate water.
Unaona foundation ni ile. So hakuna cost tumesave kwa foundation. Cost, time, ni ile. One thing I will give these guys props, Kingdom Breakers. They are not doing the suspended foundation ya Kibaru. That's the biggest difference, and I would prefer going with these guys. If you're for precast, you are in more safe hands in these guys than than Kibaru. Nazikuharibu jina. You're in better shape because the other than the walls, every other thing seems well. The same swims proper.
Even here, even if we did on a rainy day, having it slanted, we didn't have any issue with water or anything.
So
Yes.
And I see the client opted for big windows, particularly here in the dining and the living room. Yeah. We see huge windows. Part of the design as well.
Yes, this was.
There is a comment nimeona, Victor Ndeli, and then him test normal concrete versus precast. Which normal concrete? Like what do you mean? Which test? It depends. If it's road bearing, precast itashindwa. If it's and also the whole precast, and it also depends on the person producing that.
Part of the design, and she also loves very big windows. Most people nowadays don't like a lot of walls. They love big windows for lighting, aeration, and also the beauty of the house. Yes.
And when you have these big windows plus the open design, it makes the room bigger
and brighter.
And she
chose white. You can see it's white now. The house is very, very bright.
Very bright.
Yes.
Okay. Did the client at any point want a hidden roof before?
The client was very particular. We have clients who are also very particular. We don't want the hidden. We want the pitched roof. For her, she was very particular on what she wanted for the roof.
Na hii haikumkula pesa mingi juu ni you see the roofing yenye iko kwa plan. Let's see the plan itself. Is the plan. Yeah, you see the roofing that is on the plan. Hii ni ile jenga tiles. These mabatis are very nice with such a hip roof. They look well, they look nice, but you should be careful because they require, you see all these grooves zinahitajika mbao hapo, so the cost inaendanga juu ya labor na nini, but this is the best. Hiyo mabati the best use case yake ni such a roof because it has a high pitch. The pitch is quite high and inakaa poa in such a case. But if you're building another type of roof kama hidden, I see people using these mabatis in hidden roofs, the elevation itakuwa kubwa. I see people building in gable roofs ama vitu kama hizo, avoid hii mabati. So use box profile. Naona yeye ametumia box profile, but yeah, it's good to know that
design.
also.
So that's what it was to keep in line with her budget.
Yeah, she had a specific budget. That's why she hasn't changed anything in the project because the budget was limited at 5 million. So we wanted to work as the budget was. So we didn't. That's why we didn't. She went with the box profile because it's a big house. 150 square meter is quite big.
Yeah.
So having to roof and it's pitch roof, you'll use a lot of mabatis.
Yeah, true.
So we opted to go with the box profile.
Yeah.
Even from the design stage, we'll see the renders. Their box profile.
We should step out and talk about the entry porch.
Yes.
Then as we come in.
Yeah, we had a project which was here, her main house.
Okay.
So that's why we have not yet finished demolishing.
Yes.
Because there's a caretaker who stays here.
Okay.
Anachunga hii nyumba. Yes. So this is a big front porch.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we are not cleaned. It's very beautiful. She wanted it to be grilled later on, but for now, this is what was in the design. And you can see it's very good and spacious. She can sit here with the family.
She can put her exterior.
So
sofas.
Let me check it. Let me check it.
Okay.
Yes.
Will she do like a security grill?
Yes, she wants to do it right now because she's not currently in the country.
Yeah.
So maybe it's an option that we can do before we finish. We have not.
But the house looks nice. So hatutaitoa makosa sana.
Yet finished.
Nice.
We have some final touches to do, then we clear up.
So my biggest element in this construction needs me avoid these marketing schemes. No. Fencing and Darugo who costaje like for 50 by 100 compared to precast fence. So when you're fencing with Darugo, there are 3 things you should know. The type of coping you should put. If you're going to put precast copings, which I would prefer because of cost and efficiency, those are cheaper. So that's number one. Ukifanya kale ka molding kako pale juu utawika. And number two, the type of soil you're dealing with and how and the columns. Ukitumia D10, D12. D12 is the best chuma kutumia ukifanya walling, but kama uko na very good stable conditions, kama uko Ngong, uko Kimuka kwenye mawe iko juu, kila kitu iko stable, if you're in such conditions, maram soil, D10 can work. Ama hata kuna wengine wenye hawako karibu na barabara, they don't even use columns, you see, they just use stone columns. Ile kwa column wanakojoin, wanafanya ile huku nje tunaitanga stake, wanaweka mawe mbili hivi na mawe like across, mbili zinakaa horizontal and then vertical. So that's another way to do columns, and it depends whether you are near a main road, because nayo bila chuma na uweke wall ama movements mingi, chuma inasaidia kuvuta hizo movement. There are so many factors that we consider that, but and then the kind of finishes, kama utatumia keys only on both sides ama utapiga plaster na key ama utapiga plaster both sides. So on the higher end yenye umefanya kila kitu to the extreme, you work with about 14 to 15k per meter. So assuming unapiga 50 by 100, that's about 90 meters times 15,000. Inakuza pesa ngapi? How much is that? How much is that? 15,000. This is on the high end. So coping umechukua ile concrete ile umeka kasrab kako si precast coping. Plaster umepiga plaster nje na ndani, umeka mpaka kuna vitu zingine watu weka kurembesha walls. Can you see this wall? This wall, angalia hizo coping, angalia hizo pillars, angalia the kind of painting ameweka. The press angalia mpaka columns, double columns, unaona. Chuma ametumia D12. These walls, the only savings amemake ni kwa plastering, akafanya keys both inside and outside. That's the only savings. Hata coping amefanya ile ya kucast. So it's on the higher end. These are 100 by 100. 100 by 100 is about 125 meters. 125 meters kupiga hii wall imemkula 125,000 minimum. 125 meters by 15,000. That's the maximum. About 1.875 million. Na inaweza hata fika, na huku ni black soil. So they are kona all disadvantages here. So for a 50 by 100 precast wall, because haihitaji plaster na sijui kama unaiacha plain, inaweza fika almost 700-800k. But sasa mawe ya Ndarugo iko na options. Kuna keys, kuna nini. The highest for 50 by 100, 90 meters by 15,000. Na kama upigi plaster unaiacha tu ikiwa plain, 8,000. So you can work anywhere between 90 times 15,000, that's 1.35. Na 90 times 8,000, that's 720. So wall ya Ndarugo anywhere between 700 to 1.4. Yeah, 50 by 100, depending on your options. Wall ya precast 700 to 800, 900, lakini nayo hautakuwa umemaliza vitu zote. As in, you get what you see with precast. That's the difference. So that's why mimi usema, and then hii lazima umalize. If you are doing it, you lazima umalize. Mahogany ni ya master, hawa wengine wakayo. Precast save space. Yeah. By the way, when it comes space saving, environment saving, precast is king. Hapo tunasema hivyo.